States' budget woes are driving muni bond insurance costs to record levels. Some are predicting that the muni bond market may be the next bubble to burst. For more, we are joined now by the billionaire investor Wilbur Ross. He owns more than 16 million shares of Assured Guaranty, the only active insurer of muni bonds. He is with us in the newsroom now. Wilbur, thanks so much for coming in.
Good to be on again.
Before we get to Assured Guaranty, 46 states face budget shortfalls. A lot of people are sounding alarm bells. Do we need another shot in the arm as far as fiscal stimulus go? Do states need this?
Well, I think we need two things. Maybe some temporary help from federal government, and President Obama has already made some hints that he might be prepared to do that to make up for the roughly $150 billion that the federal government gave them last year. But more than that, what they need is to straighten themselves out. Too many states have been pretending to have balanced budgets by delaying payments till one day after the fiscal year, all sorts of so-called one-timers. That's not the way to run a state, not the way to run a business, not the way to run anything.
So do you think it's a lack of discipline in some states? California comes to mind. Of course, they have Silicon Valley, they have Hollywood, they have a $27 billion agriculture industry. Is it just a lack of discipline?
It is mainly a lack of discipline. State legislators have been very fond of granting, for example, wage increases to state employees, never really figuring that that will also affect long-term the pension problem. The real time bomb in the states and the localities is the pension time bomb, because as the salaries go up and as they hire more and more people, the pension benefits go up quite automatically, and they're very rarely are they fully funded by the state pension funds.
So would you say then that we do see a muni market disaster looming?
No, I think it depends on whether the states act fairly responsibly. For example, Governor Patterson in New York just today vetoed a lot of cuts in spending. That's the kind of discipline that's needed. Schwarzenegger in California.
So that's a mistake, clearly, in your view?
No, I don't think it's a mistake. I think he needs to be getting the budget a bit under control. So does Governor Schwarzenegger in California. So do most of the governors. State governments have grown much faster than the populations and the economies of the states. There's no reason for that.
You own a bond, Assured Guaranty, or a chunk of it, it
Right.
seems to be. And in some ways, Wilbur, you look like the last man standing. Do you feel that way in this business?
Well, we are the last man standing. Technically, there are two last men standing, Warren Buffett being the other one at Berkshire. But Berkshire has not really been active in writing municipal bond insurance for probably 12 months now.
Do you have an exit strategy? I mean, do you plan to get out of Assured?
Well, certainly not at anything remotely like today's prices. Assured is selling well below its stated book value, let alone against the sum of its book value and the present value of the future premiums that are already locked in.
Now, you don't have a lot on reserves there in ways of muni exposure as far as Assured goes. To what extent is that a concern?
Well, I don't think we have reserves, and we've been paying as we've been going, but the muni situation to me is going to be one where some state or another will come close enough to a crisis that it will scare the daylights out of everyone and create a huge buying opportunity. But what people don't realize, it's illegal for a state to file bankruptcy. They cannot simply do it. It's not like a small town which in extremis could file a so-called Chapter 9. States do not have that power.